Okay, so I'm about to go get my alien abduction regression with the top ET expert on this in the world named Barbara Lamb. I'm kind of scared. And, I mean, the fear that comes up is really, one, that this isn't real. That if I really was abducted by aliens, then who gives a shit about burgers and other stuff? You know, what does it mean to go to a job 9 to 5 every day? What does it mean to go get, the big house or to find the husband or whatever all those things mean? It really opens up the perspective to this galactical thing. So it opens up all of that possibility, and I think that that's part of the fear. The Matrix, we get to take the red pill in this case and know that this is just an illusion. So, part 1 of the fear. Part 2 of the fear, the aliens that abduct us are actually our future selves. If you do some research on the Greys, they are actually our future selves coming back to save us. So there is fear because they're emotionless, they messed with our reproductive organs, it was scary, all of those things, but in a lot of ways, they're the ones helping us to wake up in this awakening process. So, I'm interested to see what happens. I've only really had positive interactions with ETs. I've seen visuals of them, I've felt them, they've helped me, I'm in communication with them in very positive ways to help us awaken in our future here in 2012, but I haven't had those negative experiences and remembered my own abduction. And so I'd like to go through that, because for most people, that's all that they remember is that fear and that pain. And culturally, that's what we're only remembering, as we can see reflected in our movies and films. So I'm really excited to remember this part. I mean, I know that there's parts of my childhood I don't remember. I know that I would always feel pregnant for about a month, and, my cycle would skip, and then all of a sudden it would return, because they actually have, implant you with babies, and then you have them and they grow either in your stomach or in the test tubes on the ships. So I know that was happening, and I know for a fact that I have hybrid children in another dimension that were a part of these, the abduction program. So the exciting part is that we have these hybrid children, half ET, part ET and part human, part us. They use my eggs for something, and so now I have kids. I don't even have to go through the whole process. So I've had a lot of interactions with them, and I'm very excited about them. And so it's interesting to know that perspective and then be going into the fearful one. So wish me luck, and I will check in afterwards to let you know what happened. Hi! Okay, so I'll give you a short little synopsis of my abduction hypnosis regression session. It was amazing. We ended up going back to my 5-year-old self that was taken in the middle of the night, and there were these lights that came into my room, and I already knew that they were coming, and I wasn't scared. And so I sat up in my bed, and they beamed me up through the wall, all the way up to the spaceship, and then I sat there and I waited, and then they beamed up my brother and my parents, and we were all on the ship, and the thing that was so strange is I was like, why am I not scared? And it was because I knew what the purpose of the whole thing was, and because at the time I was 5, and so they weren't necessarily messing with my reproduction and my eggs at that time, and so it wasn't as scary. So then once I got up to the ship, I saw the Great Room, which is this huge room where all of the humans are on the tables, and they're having to have sex, or, poking and prodded, or whatever they're doing to, reproduce. So that's where my parents went, and for my brother and I, we went into this other room and played with half of the, ET kids. But these ones, I think maybe in 1992, maybe the hybrids weren't that perfect yet, So they had kind of deformed looking features. I don't think they do anymore. I think that they've perfected it pretty much. But we played with them, and we played heart connecting games and stuff, and then I would wander around the ship. Well, another part of my hypnosis experience was age 9, when I was on the table in this like cold, medical icy filling room with these beans. And for me, these beans, instead of looking like creepy, like big-headed, big-eyed, which they did look like, but they were more like light beans, and it wasn't as tangible, I guess, in this session. Maybe I'm not ready, whatever it means. Anyways, they were poking these huge needles into my hips and taking out hip tissue, and they telepathically communicated that it was to help one of my hybrid children, to help because his hips weren't forming in the correct way. And so I voluntarily did that. And they were poking and prodding at my cheeks and all over my body, and in the actual session there was excruciating pain. So there's no doubt that this stuff was quite intense. But I'm okay now. It's 2012. The abduction program is over. Anyways, so I was abducted. I'm very excited about it. I know that sounds strange, but I am. And I would love to hear your experiences, so write a comment below and let me know what you've experienced, or if you have any questions. And feel free to watch our other videos and go to our hybrid website and our hybrid fan page to learn more. And I'll see you in dream time. Bye!